What's up, peeps? So I just did the update video like a couple hours ago. And get back from soccer practice, and apparently SGC is doing some stuff. So I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this video. I'll think about it, and then I'll do a video tomorrow, which is Thursday. But y'all know that's not how I roll. And I think I'm better served at just kind of giving you guys my honest takes, like, on the fly. I think I do better that way, in my opinion. Yeah, y'all might not think so, but I think so. So here's what we're gonna do. SGC just released a video a few hours ago. This was actually a handful of hours ago, maybe 6 hours ago. Exactly 7 hours ago. Where they talked about a couple of things, and I'm gonna watch it again. So this is my second time watching it, along with you guys. So let's go here. It's a 3-minute video. Just hang tight if you haven't seen it. If you have, you got 3 minutes. Just skip through it. But we're gonna play through the whole video, and then I'll give you guys my reaction to it and how I feel about it, because I think you might be surprised.
What's up, guys? Peter from SGC here, and I am here to report to you that times are better than ever. Having said that, I thought it also would be a good idea to update you guys on what's been going on here with our team. First off, there are more and more of you jumping on the SGC train than ever before, and we are so appreciative of all the support that you've put behind us. Having said that, guys, we have grown so big, so quickly, that we actually have to kind of make a change here, okay? As I've talked about before, we like to stay in equilibrium. In other words, the amount of cards that we take in should equal the amount of cards going out, because that means that we are providing our customers with the level of service that we promised them. The problem here is too many cards are coming in. I'm doing everything I can to grow this team and keep up with the growing demand. However, at some point, I do have to tell it like it is and kind of get out in front of the problem to inform our supporters exactly what's been going on here. So I'm here to say our current turnaround time is 16 and a half business days. Obviously, that's incredible, all things considered, but in our eyes, it's actually 16 business days too long, and I mean that. Now, the biggest issue at hand is that when we started this new journey, we were at about 3 business days, and then you probably noticed your second order took closer to 7, and now we're at 16 and a half. Yep. Well, our posted turnaround time on our website is 20 to 25 business days. Although it's almost misleading, that's intentional, because we like to underpromise and overdeliver, unlike kind of the way that things have been handled in this industry in years prior.
You could tell he wanted to take a shot at PSA on that one so bad. I applaud his, his restraint in that regard. He's a better person than I am, but that's probably why he's president and I'm not.
Well, at this point, guys, I can pretty much forecast, based on the growing level of support, that eventually we will be at 20 business days, and it may be sooner rather than later. So I'm here to get out in front, be honest and transparent with all of you, and let you know that effective immediately, we will be updating our website to reflect our new service level, which is an estimated 45 to 50 business days. Now, that's a big change. Basically, we've doubled it, right? But it's really not a big change. The only thing that we're changing is what we're telling you to expect going in. Now, I can say this. If our turnaround time is 16 and a half business days today, it's not all of a sudden going to be 50 tomorrow. In fact, we have no plans of letting our service time balloon to those kinds of levels. However, we look at it this way. If we're providing you with 25 business day service, we'd rather tell you it will take 50. Because, hey, it means you'll end up satisfied and most likely appreciate your experience grading with SGC. Overall, guys, times are incredible. I cannot thank you all enough, and please rest assured that this team here is as driven as all of you are to continue to grow the SGC brand and move it forward for many years to come in this hobby. This is the team of the future, and this is the team that will continuously fight for you to make this hobby better for all of us. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.
So, A couple of things there. I was a little bit.
What's up, guys? Peter from SGC here.
All right, we got it, Pete. Thanks, buddy. Um, so a little taken back by two things. Number one, um, the announcement, kind of the way he put everything together. I was really expecting him to say that they're gonna up the price. I thought they were gonna try to up the price and try to choke out the incoming demand. So that, obviously, if they would have gotten inundated, that's probably what he would have done. But it seems to me like when things like this happen, they have a pretty decent handle on their demand, right? The demand management is pretty good from what I can see, because they don't have to. They're not making any drastic changes, right? If you go to their website right now and you look at their service levels, it says 20 to 25 business days. And he says that they're delivering right now at about 16 business days, which is still well below what they're doing here. Now, he said something in the video where he said 16 business days is 16 days too long. And while I would normally just dismiss that as politician talk, I mean, I really believe it from him. Because they were at a 2 or 3 day turnaround. Now, naturally, as people are going to gravitate towards SGC, which is something that I can't tell you guys enough how much I like that. I like that the hobby is really taking notice of a company that's providing an exceptional service and not just sticking with the status quo of what a legacy company, not sticking with the status quo and accepting the performance of an older company or older legacy company just because that's the norm, right? So I'm happy. I'm happy for us as a hobby that we're taking a stand and saying, all right, we're just not going to deal with this crap anymore. And there's actually a company out there that's doing better. Regardless of how you feel about the slabs, regardless of how you feel about, the look of their product, you can't argue with the way that the services that they're providing. So it still says 20 to 25 business days, which if they're doing 16, they're still beating the published times. Now, I understand what Peter's saying, where he says, okay, if we're telling you 20 to 25, we really want to we want to outpace that. We want to outperform that. We want to overcommit and undercommit and overdeliver. And that is a recipe for good customer service, customer retention, and more importantly, repeat business. I've gotten messages from so many of you that told me, hey man, I watched your channel and because of your channel, I gave SGC a shot, right? And I just got my cards back in 20 days, 20 calendar days. And I was just blown away by the service. And I love the grades. I'm happy with the grades. I think the grades are accurate. It's what I thought I was going to get. I've been grading. Somebody sent me a message. They've been grading for almost a decade. For years, they've been sending cards to PSA and BGS, and they're trying out SGC for the first time, and they loved it, and they were very happy with the grades. They felt the grades were fair, and so because of that, obviously, there's going to be a slew of new people that are coming into the hobby that are grading with SGC for the first time, and naturally, their turnaround times are gonna change. And so at the end of the day, I much more appreciate this type of an announcement, this type of a video where, hey, our turnaround times are going up. We need to update our website with what the current turnaround times are. And by the way, we still plan on beating our published lead times by about at least half. Right? So, he said 45 to 50 business days, and they're currently at 16, and he's trying to staff up to not get any bigger than that, from what I can see. But this is part of what I'm talking about. It's the communication, the transparency, and just the overall respect for their customers to say, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you, man. We're not we're 40 to 45, we're 45 to 50 days. And I'd rather tell you that we're 45 to 50 days and then deliver in 20 than tell you 20 to 25 and deliver in 26 possibly one day and then have you be upset with us as a company. That's just good business, right? That's just making sure that your customers understand what you're giving them and what they can expect, and then exceeding that expectation. So I honestly thought that when I first saw this, because I had a ton of you hit me up as soon as this dropped, I was actually expecting them to raise prices. So when I saw the video, I was kind of taken back. I was like, so what are you doing here? You're just increasing your lead time that you're publishing on your website for what? Right? But then I thought to myself, well, that's actually kind of smart. Continue to undercommit, over-deliver. And that's what they've been all about. Now, if they come out 5-6 months from now and go, hey man, we're gonna bump this up again, then I'm gonna start to question whether or not they have a good grasp on their demand, and whether or not they're trying to keep pace. Obviously, the amount of cars that they got going in is not the same. Coming in is not the same as what they're going out, the rate that's going out. And he mentioned that at the beginning of the video. So they're trying to keep up with that staffing and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Obviously, the communication is from a consumer standpoint and from a collector standpoint, it's very appreciated. And I mean, let's face it, we're just not going to get this level of communication from any other grading company other than maybe a HGA. But again, we're talking about in the grand scheme of things. And if you compare, comparatively, we're talking about basically a mom and pop shop, right? SGC and HGA, they're nowhere near as big as PSA, probably nowhere near as big as BGS. Maybe closer to, maybe SGC is a little bit closer to BGS, but they're still relatively small outfits, relative to the PSAs and the BGSs. So they're going to value their customers on a much higher level than those other two. So things like this are important to them, communication and transparency. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I appreciate the communication. I appreciate the transparency. I kind of understand what he's doing with this, where he's saying going forward, any new person that's never graded before is going to go on SGC's website in the next coming days, and they're going to see 40 to 45 estimated business days for the turnaround. And then they're going to make a decision as to whether or not they feel that that's reasonable. And if they do feel that it's reasonable, then when their cards show up in 16 to 20 business days, they're going to be extremely happy. So good on SGC. I think, again, they're continuing this, this idea of putting their customers first and being transparent and with high levels of communication. And that's the reason why I will continue to sub with SGC exclusively and the occasional cards to HGA. And then y'all already know how I feel about TGT, working with them on a couple of things. So, as far as I'm concerned, though, big money stuff, it's going to SGC. There's just nowhere else it's going. So, even if PSA decides to kind of turn the faucet back on, which we don't know when that's going to happen, I'm just not seeing any communications or inklings that it's going to happen anytime soon. I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos. We're already in September. I don't see them turning on any other additional grading services this year. I just don't see it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I could be wrong, though. So, at any rate, that's my thoughts. I know you guys, I immediately got flooded with DMs and emails as soon as they dropped that video. It's 9:00 tonight, the day of the release of the update video for PSA. I'm going to go ahead and drop this video right now, just because you guys know I like to stay on top of this kind of stuff. I got a pretty big video that I'm putting together in my head. Y'all know how I do this. I'm putting a video together in my head. I just watched this video, which is an amazing video on retro gaming grading and the complete and utter fuckery that's going on with that, and WADA games. And if you guys don't know, stay tuned. I got a video coming out that is, I mean, textbook what's going on with sports cards, and it's insane. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the double videos, and hopefully you guys watch and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Does this change anything for you in terms of if you were submitting to SGC? Does this change anything for you? If it does, I'm curious to know what that is. What is your threshold for a company's posted times? And think about it in terms as if they were really performing to their posted times. Don't think about this idea of, well, they're posting 40 but they're really shipping in 20. Like, if a company was to, by law, let's just say by law, they had to post what their real turnaround times were, what's your threshold, and what do you think is reasonable for the $30 price point, I guess, that SGC is at? So let me know that in the comments. Again, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'm always trying to stay on top of this kind of stuff. Hit the like button if you like this video, and I'll try to keep making more stuff. I got a bunch of stuff coming. You guys already saw the mat, right? Check that out. Pow, son. We got a bunch of stuff coming. Oh, and then I also got a magnifying glass in case you haven't seen the microscope. Got a little microscope thing that we're doing some stuff here with. So just in case, check it out. You know, if we want to see, you know, some cards up close and personal, we can do that. Look at that. Pow. We can take a look at close look at them. We're going to have some fun here coming up. All right. Love you guys. Peace.